So in order to have something to like talk about, or basically for you to be interesting to the point where people actually care about what you're saying, you have to do things. It's just something that has come across my radar in terms of, I think so many people try to make content, or they try to like sit down and create a piece of content. And where content comes from is a side effect of the action that you've taken. The action that you've taken stimulates or brings about the idea for the content, and then the content just like flows out. So what I found for myself is, if there's a point in time where I'm struggling or having a hard time making, quote unquote, making content or putting things out as consistently as I'd like to, it usually means on the back end there's some level of action that I'm not taking in terms of the things that I'm doing. Like I'm stuck, like I've gotten stagnant, whether that be in training, whether that be in some other area. It's like when there's blockage in that flow of things, the content that should be a side effect isn't going to flow out as cleanly or as easily. So the thing that I want to do is not necessarily sit down and try to create something out of nothing, like, because I don't know, I think people can tell when you're bullshitting, right? So it's not to try to create something out of nothing, but instead it's to look at what is it that I'm actually doing, how much am I invested in those things that I'm doing. Like when I'm having a conversation with someone, when I'm responding to a client text, or when I'm putting together a program, like how much am I actually processing all of the pieces, all the aspects that go into that interaction or that environment. Because if I'm in that and I'm processing that, and I'm not just going through motions, that's then going to like spark that level of creativity that brings about the natural content that flows out. That is just, I mean, people now will call it like, what the hell's the word? Authentic. It's like authentic content, right? But it's just, it's a side effect of the action. It's a side effect of the things that you're doing. It's not something that you just sit down and create. It's like something that comes that you can't stand to not put out. So if you're having a hard time with that, like start to look at what's the action that you're doing, how invested are you in that action, and make the change or adjustment there to then see what kind of happens in that flow out on the other side of it.